Qwen 3.6, 27B, Fable Fusion 711, Uncensored Heretic, NMDAU, Neo, Max, MTP, GGUF.
Man, it's not the most catchy name in the world. I thought OpenAI was bad at naming names, but they need to work on that name. Anyway, Qwen 3.8, 27B, scheduled to be released next week, supposedly. That's amazing news. Probably, in my view, that's going to be the biggest release of the year. You might think that Kimi K3 was the biggest release of the year, but most people don't have a B300 cluster in their basement. A lot of people have the firepower to run a 27 billion parameter model in their basement. All it really takes is a 3090. So that's why I think it's going to be a bit bigger release, because more people are going to have access to it, which is amazing. So in the spirit of all this, I wanted to do a benchmark test of my own on
Qwen 3.6, 27B, Fable Fusion 711, Uncensored Heretic, NMDAU, Neo, Max, MTP, GGUF.
because many people have been comparing it to Sonnet 4.6. I took GPT-5.6 Sol and designed a sort of coding agent benchmark of my own, like an obstacle course in a sense. So which had 8 different tasks of varying complexity. And it wasn't the most scientific test in the world, but it's quick and dirty. And I wanted to see how well the models stacked up against each other. So I took 3.6, 27B, Sonnet 4.6, and GPT-5.4 Mini as a control model in a sense. And the results might actually surprise you. Each model ran all 8 tests 3 times over, so 24 for each model. And obviously, in first place, we had GPT 5.4 Mini, which passed 20 out of 24 tests. Not really surprised by that. Kind of expected GPT to come out on top. And interestingly enough, here's the kicker. This is what's amazing. Sonnet and Qwen tied at 12 answers out of 24. They got half of them correct. By the way, that was a strict test. That was if it even got off by one small problem, one small edge case incorrect, the entire test was considered a failure. The strict results were a bit harsh, and they didn't tell the whole story. A small problem would basically render that entire test as a failure, which is not really how things happen in the real world. So we rescored the entire thing. We didn't rerun the tests. We used that information and just rescored what we already had. The results were extremely surprising, even more surprising than the first go-around. In third place now, we have Sonnet 4.6, which had about 85%, past 85%, 84.9. And then in second place, are you ready?
Qwen 3.6, 27B, Fable Fusion 711, Uncensored Heretic, NMDAU, Neo, Max, MTP, GGUF.
Qwen 3.6, 27B, with an 88.4% passing grade. That's almost 3.5% better than Sonnet was. Frontier grade model 6 months ago, and now it's getting beat out by a 27 billion parameter model that you can run on a single old gaming GPU. That's crazy. And, of course, first place was taken by the usual suspect, GPT 5.4 Mini. Who would have thought? This is incredibly telling. Open source models have made leaps and bounds and all sorts of strides in the last year and a half, I would say. And we have basically frontier intelligence at home now. It's pretty incredible if you ask me. And we're all going to be waiting with bated breath for 3.8 next week. That's going to be very exciting. But holy crap, 3.6 is better than Sonnet, according to this test. Like I said, it wasn't the most scientific, accurate benchmark test. So if you haven't ever played around with 3.6, give it a shot and definitely check out this fine-tune
Qwen 3.6, 27B, Fable Fusion 711, Uncensored Heretic, NMDAU, Neo, Max, MTP, GGUF.
on Hugging Face. You'll see it. It's one of the most popular models as of right now. That's it for us today. So check out Qwen 3.6, get it all warmed up on your GPU for next week when Qwen 3.8 comes out. My name is DeForest, and this is The Basic Beach. Catch y'all on the next one.